can open our middle, which is bigger.
It's 12 inches. Are you handing out plates that are bigger than 12 inches?
No. But we have more face-to-face time with these people. It doesn't matter. It's all the same.
Okay.
I now can say that I enjoy either route. As long as I don't forget anything. Which happens every once in a while.
Excuse me.
It happens. I do have to, today after this, I have to go and upgrade my storage unit from a 5x10 to a 10x10.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
You getting a pallet of sauce?
It's possible. It's possible.
I just ordered my second pallet of the year.
Did you?
Yeah, we do not have enough to get through the year.
Wow.
So yeah, he gave me a 4 to 5 week lead time. I think we ordered maybe a week and a half ago. So we're even going to be tight with what we have left on the shelf. So yeah, we've definitely gone through more sauce this year. But
are you putting it out?
No.
Okay.
Well, we're doing it the same way. It's more catering.
Yeah.
So we'll leave whatever's left of a gallon type of thing with leftovers. If they have leftovers, like we're leaving sauce. But yeah, some of these, I mean, yeah, a lot more catering this year. So, which is still only a third ish of our sales.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, it's been interesting. Been fun.
How much did you say you needed to get to your last year? 50 what?
56.
56. Yeah. We are at about 30. 32.
Mm-hmm.
So, we are right now on pace to flirt with our busiest month ever in September. So, yeah. Hopefully the roadside picks up a little bit for us. I wouldn't mind the temperatures cooling off just a touch. But yeah, I think location wise, I think we're okay. We got, like you, I mean, we have a couple weird days. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about our roadside days. Looking at them real close here, they could go either way. So just kind of hoping for decent ones, and then all our Etna stuff, and then we got pulling out of the festival this week. I don't think is going to hurt us too much. Historically, that's not been a huge day.
Yeah.
I mean, we're doing like 2,500 over 10 hours. So
yeah, we are.
It's a long day, and it doesn't ever feel like it's worth it because you're always prepping more because you think there should be more people there. Mm-hmm. And I think we finally learned our lesson.
We have month over month thus far. So we're halfway through September. I am up 42% month over month. So that makes me feel good.
You're beating us then, percentage wise. We're only up 40%.
But year over year, I'm down 4.04.
Is that number getting smaller though?
No, it's honestly staying about the same at the moment.
It's hard this late in the year to really get movement on that number. You need significant events either way to really slide that number.
Well, I still have a bunch of outstanding invoices that will need to be collected.
Oh.
That are not like as far as events that are coming up this year.
Okay. Not that haven't paid, just
correct. I do not have any outstanding that are not paid. Yeah, we still have home. Yeah, we've got 7,000 in outstanding invoices just for this month. So that's good. Yeah. Anyway. So
I'm sorry. Yeah, I got distracted.
Squirrel.
Yeah, we're up 11.7% year over year.
It's good.
Yeah.
So
does
solid. That, and would you, I think I asked this last time, but I can't remember what you said. Does that have to do with the amount of catering that you've taken in compared to last year?
I mean, it helps, yeah.
So if if you stayed the same as far as same roadside catering from last year, stuff like that, do you still think you'd be up in sales?
So if we didn't add on extra catering,
So if you didn't,
if
if
we didn't
hadn't,
grow, we wouldn't be up in sales. No, correct. I don't know
well,
how to answer the question.
yeah, because there's really no way to tell.
If we did the same amount
No,
in
what I'm saying is,
if we did
what
the
I'm
same
saying is,
amount in
if
catering as we did last year,
I'm
are
saying,
you asking if we up in roadside versus last year?
yeah,
Is that
yeah,
what
we
you're
can go
trying to
with
get
that.
at?
Well, no, we can go there. We can go that first
Um,
because
I'll tell you this. This is the best way I can answer that question. Up until probably a couple weeks ago, we were pretty even to up in transactions from year to year.
transaction. Okay, so that's a good way to tell.
So
All
I
right.
would assume yes, and that was even with all the extra catering we've done.
Yeah. Okay,
So
that makes sense.
right now we're down a little bit in transactions, like 1%, even with all the catering. So I'm going to say yes, we would be. I think our roadside overall is up over last year.
Makes sense.
Part of that's a little bit smarter with locations. We're getting some of these non-catered events down a little bit better, where they're kind of community events. So we're getting more of that kind of stuff booked well. So that helps.
Yeah.
As far as like our location in Dutton and some of our subdivisions, and I mean some of that's hit and miss as it always is. We've definitely tried some new locations this year that have been not great. We've had some declines in some of our neighborhoods. So I mean everything's a little ebb and flow, but I think overall, yes, we are. Our roadside is also gaining traction.
Well, let's talk about this. Payment methods.
Yep.
How how are you? I know card has to be leading. I'm
Oh,
72% credit card.
hold on. Let me get up to my dashboard.
I just found this. This is kind of neat.
Oh, why is my shit running so slow? Let's see here.
Hmm.
Well, I'm showing a 0. Oh, that's for Monday. I was like, everything says 0.
If
Let
you
me
go
get
to
to this year.
if you go to your reports tab and then click on payment methods,
Oh, it
it'll
has it
actually.
right on the main dashboard.
Oh well, this one actually
Card
will tell you a whole bunch of different things.
card is 30 or 63%. Cash is 35. Well,
Ooh,
37. Sorry.
look at you bringing in the cash.
Well, it's all my Aetna stuff. Those
Oh
are
yeah.
all bank transfers.
Oh,
So $127,000 in cash.
$299 in Cash App.
Um, so you were accepting that through Square?
Yeah,
How's that work for you?
it worked.
Okay, it worked. So I think at the beginning during the off season, I had set up a business Venmo,
Oh,
partially at least.
yeah,
In the thoughts, because I know you can do it on the register that people can pay via Venmo. We'll probably make sure it's on there for next year.
they can.
I think so. I think it was one of the options.
No,
No,
Afterpay, um, Cash App, ACH. Yeah, because like when you send an invoice, that payment should be
I'm
listed.
not. I'm not
That
talking about invoices. I'm thought at the register you could just for regular stuff. Hold on. Maybe not. Maybe I saw that somewhere else. I'm not even sure where to find it.
It would be under settings, and I think account and settings.
Maybe.
But anyway,
Yeah. Somebody asked me if they could pay via Venmo for one of their events. And that was the Hess Lake thing, and him and Han. So I just finally gave him my personal one, and did all the transfers myself. But preferences, business.
yeah, maybe I don't. Maybe that's not it. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't see it there. Bank accounts, price and subscriptions, transfers. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Anyways, yeah.
I just know any type of things that you're able to accept, payments that you're able to accept would be from you'd also be able to accept it through your invoices tab.
Okay.
And I know that's not one of them. Yeah, I know catering's up for me because I'm down like almost 10% for transactions. See, it's weird. My home tab says I'm only down 1%, like a little over 1%, like 1.38. But then I go to reports and it tells me I'm down 4%.
Is that between your dashboard and your report?
Yeah.
Your sales trend? I don't know why that number is different. Mine is too. I always go off the lower, which is the sales trend. My sales trend number is always worse than the dashboard number.
Yeah. Interesting.
It's like a 0.5%. So yeah, this is it's a full percent.
Mine's like 3%.
Wow. So yeah, my gross, so gross to gross, because I think the sales trend is going gross number.
Mm-hmm.
So dashboard gross is 12.48% up, and I think it was 11.7. So what I said, 11.74. It's like a full percent. Yeah, I don't get it, and it's both gross numbers. My only thought is, excuse me, is that on the dashboard when it does year to year, that it's a true year to year. So it's September 16th this year and September 16th last year. If you look at the sales trend on the date ranges it has January 1st to September 17th of 23. And I think it does that to accommodate the leap year this year. So we have an extra day this year, so they're adding an extra day onto last year. And maybe the dashboard report doesn't do that. Maybe the dashboard report is a true year to year.
Makes sense.
That's the only thing I could think of. Well, I guess can you do a custom? Aha, hold on, I got this. We'll find out. I got this. So, oops. To 25. That's not even close. What the fuck? What the fark? So let's go 1, and what? Please select 1. Oh, shoot. Wrong year. 3.
You're picking wrong years
1
again.
year or less. I'm so confused.
Please don't hurt yourself.
May, June, September 16th. I'm so confused. This year versus I did that. Why? Occasionally I hate Square.
Well, yeah, I mean, it happens. Oh, shit.
That's not going to work, though. That's only going to start there. Yeah. Fuck you, Square. All right. Anyway. That's my guess.
Makes sense.
If anybody sees the same thing, I would assume that that's the case. So glad we could muddle the waters even a little bit more for everybody. You're welcome. It's what we do here. Muddle Waters. Ooh, we have some comments. I'm sorry, everybody. I had that window minimized.
Jeez, oh Pete.
Let's see here. Jason, Bernie, whomever. Catering estimates are tough at first, but once you get routine, it comes natural. Plan for a small overage, and you'll be fine. And I think we've really dialed ours in, especially on the wedding side. I think Chris at his one on Saturday said the only leftovers that were, or no, that was Friday. I think he said he had like a pound and a half of pork, pound and a half of chicken, and like a half pan of mac and like it was so minimal. For me though, that makes me uncomfortable. That's too close. I would rather leave them with like 4 pounds of protein than me to have to sweat at all while service is going on. But for me, I mean, that's it. It's all built in, it's part of the cost and it all works. JT, they are paying more per person. The buffet moves people through the line quicker. Weddings are usually on a time schedule. Yep.
True.
And then back to Jason. If you have any questions, reach out. Small charge for my time for you, Skippy.
Hi, Jason.
He just did a 170 person wedding on Saturday night and a 240 person barbecue brunch on Sunday morning. All self-serve buffet, no issues at all. Some leftovers, but they love the leftovers.
Everybody loves leftovers.
Ham says with some cooler temperatures, she'll be happy to come back on the truck. Yeah, we're the same way. We 98% of our catering is buffet, and it's all self-serve. Mm-hmm. I don't know that we've ever served off a buffet line.
You did a plated service one time.
Kind of. It was family style. And I didn't do it. I was at the emergency room while they were doing service because I dropped a very heavy pallet, a heavy duty pallet on my foot that morning.
Oh, yeah, I remember
barely freaking walk. Family style was interesting. We learned a lot from that service that you cannot have too many people. So we were scrambling to get extra people. So Pam had her husband, Chris, and then I had a couple people down from Cass that I was able to pull that we paid some cash to show up and help. And it still probably wasn't enough. Yeah, that was family style was a trickier guess on like how much do you put on a table, how much brisket do you put on a table type of thing.
I wonder if you put less and then ask them or let them know that they can ask for more.
Yeah, maybe. But even then we didn't run out of food. And Jason is a team protein first, then sides in a buffet, always. We are too normally. However, we had the weirdest yield on brisket that I've seen in a long time. So I cooked 100 pounds of brisket for our Saturday weddings. It was probably just 103 pounds or whatever of raw brisket. That was the case poundage. Okay.
You got 103 pounds in one case?
It wasn't in one case, but yes.
Like shit.
The weighed packaged price or weighed package weight.
Gotcha.
Whatever. We're about 103 pounds. So we needed about 50 cooked.
Mm-hmm.
So I figured perfect. We're good. Right. Mm-hmm. Final yield was about 40.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of fat.
Which is awesome when you have to go separate that between the two weddings and they're both short. So we went just a little light on both of them, and they both had multiple proteins. So I felt pretty comfortable with it. But for Chris, he flipped the table. So we did sides first. We knew we had extra mac and cheese and mashed potatoes. So those two items went first on the table. And then, it was proteins last, pork, and then brisket all the way at the end. So, luckily for
us. How do you portion out mashed potatoes? Just a scoop? Just like...
Yeah, I mean, so, it's a half pan serves 20 to 22.
Do you put gravy out too?
No.
Just straight mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Delicious, delicious mashed potatoes. People love them.
Out of a bag or boil them?
Do you think I got time to boil potatoes enough for 275 people?
Out of a bag it is.
The Gordon product is
good.
Is really good
for
what it is. It's real potatoes. It's not instant. It's a really good product. And then we add a ton of shit to them, and they're really good.
A lot of butter.
Yep, a lot of butter. The Judge for the win.
Oh yeah.
And people. We used to do sour cream in them. We held that out this year, and we actually had some comments from people that have had them both years, and they said they're way better this year. So without the sour cream.
Sour cream is just for losers.
Sour cream is delicious.
Sour cream is not delicious. Whoever says sour cream is delicious it's sour cream. Therefore, there's something wrong with it. So, anyway,
you're a sour puss.
Oh, simmer down, Turbo.
Yeah. So, that's usually how we do it. As nice as all the Aetna events are, it is super hard on me. I'm looking forward to us being able to increase our capacity smoker wise. Because right now, the hardest part is their menu and us being able to cook the amounts efficiently without me having to be up all night. So yeah, it's chicken pieces, so legs and thighs. And they wanted to make sure that they want chicken pieces for 275 people. They want pork for 275 people. They don't want us to go 75 of each and,
hope for the best.
Plan on people not taking both, not every person taking both, which is fine. And that's what they get charged for. But to cook that amount of pork and 200, you know how long it takes to cook 275 pieces of chicken? A lot. So yeah, I will start cooking chicken tonight at 1:00 in the morning. And it's just a rotation on and off. And we'll pull out of here at 8:00 in the morning to go to, or 9:00 in the morning to go to our event.
So are you cooking
and I'll be on 0 sleep.
140 pounds of raw pork?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah. Because we figured about the same yield on pork. If I wanted to go super tight and not worry, I figure 60% yield on pork, 50% on pork is usually what I figure. An 8-pound butt will usually average about 5 pounds of cooked, depending on fat content. We've had some weird butts this last couple weeks. A lot of good butts. We've had some really, really fatty ones. Which is fine. I mean, it's all good flavor, but it kind of throws off your yield a little bit when you start pulling them and you get this big giant packet of fat in the middle. And what was a 9-pound butt turns into a 4-pound of cooked pulled pork. But yeah, so I mean, that's why we cook extra usually, or have extra ready, But so the Aetna events are just hard on me, sleep wise. So I have not been going on site to most of them. Caleb and Chris will head out, and I will try to get some sleep while they're gone. But so yeah, it's nice. It's okay having one a day in between because I get a little bit of time to recoup and restock and everything. But next week, our last 2 Aetna events are back-to-back days.
So are you pricing, when they say chicken for $275? Does that mean you're doing 550 pieces of chicken? Like 2 for each person?
No.
Oh, just one for each person.
Yeah. So it'll be 3 cases. We'll do 3 cases of chicken. Which, Gordon, can you fucking make a decision on how you're bagging these chicken quarters going forward, please? Because they're not always in the 4 or 10-pound bags anymore.
No.
I've noticed some 8 bag cases that are 5 pounds each, or some variation of 5 pounds.
Are you grabbing the pterodactyl legs, or are you grabbing
No,
the
the
small
small,
ones?
yeah, we don't do the jumbos, especially for catering.
Yeah.
Um,
Because you'll only find in a 40-pound case that there's 24
exactly. It's like,
pieces. So,
I don't got space for pterodactyl quarters. Yeah, so once we figure out what kind of new smoker we're going to get and how we're going to manage that and where we're going to put it, and cook on it, then we'll go from there. Definitely needs to be outside of my garage and under covered, weatherproof. So I don't know, maybe I'll get like a little storage shed to put it in and get a smokestack on that and have a little smokehouse.
I
Might
was
be the
originally thinking.
might be the best option. Get it big enough that I can hold my fridge and a couple tables and the smoker.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then maybe someday I can park back in a garage. But
No.
garages aren't big enough for a full size pickup truck alone, let alone that and an SUV parked next to each other. Even without my fridge in it, it's hard to get both vehicles into where you can open doors. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Can we make the standard garage double garage door now another foot longer, foot wider? Would be super nice. All you house builders out there.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
So we've had some more bombshells dropped in the restaurant world on this side of the state.
We've had a couple over here, but nothing huge.
It is, man. It is 3 a week at least. Announcements
Really?
of restaurants. This week it was franchises closing.
Yes.
So we had 3 or 4 Taco Johns opened up about a year and a half ago. They are all closed.
Mm.
The one near me says closed for rebranding.
Mm.
So I know that franchise owner owns a couple different restaurant brands, or is a franchisee of a couple different restaurant brands. So I don't know if he's just going to transition those to those. But so Taco John's is out, and then a local franchisee of Dickey's Barbecue is filing for bankruptcy,
Mm.
including the one that is a 7-minute drive from my house.
Mm.
So location is not the best, but I'm figuring at least I might be able to get some equipment. Potentially. We'll definitely look to if they end up closing, depending on how the bankruptcy goes. I'm guessing. Bless you. We'll take a look at what they're selling the whole thing for. It's like a little 2 or 3 store strip section. Apparently, that used to have where Dickey's is. It used to be a 7-Eleven originally, and apparently, ever since the 7-Eleven closed, it's just been a kind of a rotation of businesses through there.
There's more coming. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
I sneeze and there's a lot that come after that.
No one seems to be too disappointed about either announcement. I think people are really less than thrilled with Dickies as a whole. So,
yeah, I would say
in Michigan, that's a good thing, because that means that there's finally some decent barbecue hitting the market. That
hopefully
what used to pass as barbecue has now become low end barbecue type of thing. You know, I mean, 15 years ago, if a Dickey's barbecue, that was your option. I mean, that or Famous Dave's. Like, that was the first barbecue restaurant I ever went to, was a Famous Dave's. You know?
Yeah, me too. I think.
Yeah, that's what we had in Michigan.
Eater Detroit, which is a food magazine / online presence, has done since July, or since the beginning of the year up until end of July, what restaurants have closed in the Detroit metro area. And there were we had BD's Mongolian Grill. Remember that place?
Yep.
ever
I
been
love
there?
BDs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, love BDs.
I love
We
to
lost
see the
arts and grain
people
rappers
that
a long time ago.
I love to see the people that know how to stack that bowl. Like they're professionals at stacking the
Mm-hmm.
bowl. Some small places, like small houses, small or mama and papa shops. Exit. Chicken Guy, I guess, is closing like all their locations. So it's Guy
Yeah.
Fieri's old chicken restaurant.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, there's a lot, and it's sad. Shop. I was just trying to see if there's any ones that I recognize, but I think there was 10 that have shut down since beginning of the year, just in Detroit area, and that's Detroit coming up. But
Yeah.
the rents are just unbelievably expensive in Detroit now.
Yeah. That's
Buca de
that's a
Beppo.
problem with thriving communities right now, is that it makes it pretty hard for people to get in and maintain.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, so there's a lot of there's the burger chain BurgerFi is just declared Chapter 11, which is okay. They were okay, not bad, not good. I do love the Dan Campbell's Applebee's commercials when he makes them order without showing their mouth.
Yeah. You never see it coming. Unfortunately, the Bucks saw everything coming.
I'll give it to Baker Mayfield. He actually did pretty damn good.
Mm-hmm. He has found the right fit for him.
He actually, yes, finally has. Speaking of going back to chain restaurants and stuff, Lefty's Famous Cheesesteaks has closed all locations across the country. Admits they're in a legal battle. And the one that we had, so in Detroit or in Dearborn, there's Miller's Bar, which is, excuse me, I have to cough. Which was notorious for being one of the best burgers in Michigan. And they started their burgers based off the honor system, pay what you thought.
Mm-hmm.
And then you could buy a burger for somebody else or whatever. Anyway, well, now they've come to franchising, and they actually just moved a Miller's Burger Bar into our fair town, and the reviews are horrible. Just bad. Just really, really bad.
That's good news.
Yeah, I don't feel sorry for them. Yeah, it's Miller's Burgers. It's crazy. It's just bad.
It's just bad.
Their Yelp reviews are 1.4.
Oof.
like that's
Yeah.
bad.
That's not what you want to see.
Their Facebook is 2.3. Signature 7-ounce ground round patty is what they serve.
7 ounce.
Exactly.
What a weird number.
But they are definitely not. 1.4 with 10, and that's with 10 reviews. So, I mean, if you could open up another thing, another concept, what would it be? Never thought about it?
I'm sure I've thought about it, but I don't know right now what it would be.
What was the latest one you thought about?
Oh, we did it. We did paninis and
the
soups.
Paninis and soups.
Yeah, I don't know. It changes from time to time, and I don't know. Definitely not burgers. Definitely not tacos.
Not burgers, not tacos. All right.
Yeah.
I'd love to see
There's
a good
so many
Jewish
of them.
deli truck. Like a Cat's deli truck almost.
Yeah.
Just a good sandwich. Like sometimes you just need a good big old meat, cheese, and bread. And for all you people who've never been to a Jewish deli, you're missing out because they just stack the meat, and it's relatively. I mean, for what you get, it's not overly expensive. I think we have a deli over here called Star Deli that is a Jewish deli, and you get the pastrami with Swiss and on rye bread with a pickle on the side. And I think it's like $12. And they're like, $12 for a deli sandwich? Yeah, but they put like a pound and a half of meat on there. Like, that's what I'd love. But we don't have that.
No.
Our local burger truck, who opened up a brick and mortar, said he didn't want to be a burger truck anymore. Now is
a burger restaurant.
Well, he's a burger restaurant, but now he's bringing back the burger truck because he says he needs capital. Like, you realize that food trucks might be a little better.
Well, I mean, location, man. You got to have the right location for a restaurant.
Well, I found out he's right across the street from a plant or like a fabrication shop. And I guess he did them pretty dirty, and they spread the word not to go next door.
Yeah, that's great.
I guess he ordered some. Yeah, by the way, today's tip: make relationships with everybody and make sure they're not bad ones, because you never know when that relationship can help you. But I guess he ordered some. He asked for a price on some aluminum sheets, and then ordered them. And then when they came in, or when they were hand cut, he said it was too expensive and didn't want them anymore. Like, oh, well, whoops. So one of the reviews for this place: think of the worst burger joint experience you've ever had. This was worse than that. Tasty burger? Nope. Good prices? Nope.
We are on our 1 year anniversary of the biggest money suck that we've had to date. So, the Art of Food Festival.
Oh, yes.
Where we were planning on doing a $10,000 weekend.
Turned into a $1,000 weekend?
We did 3. No, I'm sorry. 4 for 3 days.
So I was talking to one of our listeners, Mr. Lodato, yesterday, and this week it was a 4-day festival. He was at some family days, which is also like there's some carny food there and stuff like that. And he was expecting to do real good, and his all day was 11 to 11. He did like $2,000 from 11 to 11. I'm like, oh. He's like, I talked to him yesterday on Sunday. He's like, I was totally contemplating just coming here in the morning and just picking my stuff up and going home. He's like, we've done like $300 today. I'm like, oh man, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's rough. That's
Hey, Bernie, Jason, whatever you want to call yourself. What is your worst day ever? I'd love to hear. Anybody listening, I'd love to hear what your worst day ever was. I know Chad should chime in on his worst day ever. Was like last week or something.
Here's a flashback for you. I'm going to share the screen.
Oh, please.
Screen. And that's not there. What? Window. Let's go window. Sure.
Oh, yes, that comes up. That was, hold on.
2011, Giggly Pig. Back when Giggly Pig was really competing. That was a fun night. That was a...
I was not available. I was not in competition barbecue in 2011. I was in 2012.
These are hungover people in this picture right here, or on that green table. Yeah, it was. That was a night, if I remember right.
Where was it?
Silver Lake. Yeah. Yeah. That was before we started doing Thursdays show ups, and it was still Friday.
That's when everybody used to get drunk all the time. Now they got to show up on Thursday to get drunk and not worry about Friday.
Oh, that was a heavy apple pie, Yeah, good times. Good times.
Speaking of Mr. Lodato, he asked me what reserve grand champion meant.
Yeah.
I told him second place overall.
Second place overall. Not quite a win.
Not quite. You know who did
Skippy
win?
was because Skippy was the first loser.
I was.
Mac attack.
Mackin won.
On an anniversary, pretty close to an anniversary of his first win. Then
I think so.
See, his first was at Silver Lake. I remember being there.
Yes,
as he was coming fresh off of back surgery or heading into back surgery. I don't remember which it was.
I don't know.
But I gave him a big old bear hug. He's like, ow, ow, ow.
It hurts so good. It hurts so good. Most of Josh's partners say.
That's right.
So, yeah, I saw him at like 6 a.m. and I said, what do you got going on today? He's like, I only grew up like 20 minutes from here, and so I got family coming. He's like, it's going to be a shit show. So when I get done turning in brisket, I see him. He was right next to turn-ins, but there's a fence in between chain link fence in between turn-ins and his trailer. So you either have to hop it or you have to go around it. And I swear he came out of his trailer running, and I thought he was going to hop it. And he ended up giving it to somebody else who was already on the other side. But I didn't see it because of his truck. But I'm like, he's like, yeah, you didn't see it, Skippy. I hopped it, ran, hopped it back. I lost to him by 2 points, bastard.
Well, I believe I didn't see a top 10 call for you in ribs?
Yeah, I can't cook comp ribs anymore. I can cook eating ribs. I can cook vending ribs all day long. Everybody loves our ribs, but I can't cook them for fucking 6 judges.
I don't like comp ribs. I think they're terrible.
I did everything I could possibly do to these damn things, but they came out salty as salty can be.
Well, yeah, so I was in Warsaw or whatever, and the last year I was there, and we did the rib thing Friday.
Yeah.
And then the competition. And I tried other people's ribs, including the buses. And God, it's just, does no one want to taste pork anymore? Like,
nope.
You don't want to taste the meat at all. Okay, got it. We're no longer complimenting the thing we're cooking. We're just turning in sauce and glazes. It's funny.
I got second in brisket, and I thought it was bland as hell, so I had to add some salt to it. And I got a comment card that said it was a 989, and the 8 part was taste.
Yeah.
And it's like, could use a little more seasoning. This would have been perfect. I'm like, what the hell else do you want me to throw in there?
Yeah, Jesus.
Fucking tasted like beef. Like that's what it's supposed to.
Yeah.
I remember the one Nuego where you had frickin' Tim from Wisconsin win brisket. He's like, that was like teriyaki brisket.
No, it was Mark.
Was it
Mark had the teriyaki brisket.
So yeah, Mark's had weird. Every other flavor. He had cotton candy pork.
Yep.
That lasted for a couple of years. That was fun. And then just to cap it off, Mackin had the vagina pork box.
Mm-hmm.
And for people who don't know, sometimes you get comment cards on your entries, and he actually got a comment card that said pork box looks like a vagina. Or resembles a vagina.
Kind of did. A little bit. It's not the first thing I would have thought of, but someone points it out and you're like, well, that's all you can see now.
I could just picture somebody then seeing that box, seeing that comment card, and then putting like a row of money muscles with like 2 little ones at the bottom. Oh, what does that look like?
On the bright side, it was very moist pork.
It was very, very wet and moist.
Yes, which as it should be. All right. That was a nice, fun show. I'm glad everybody enjoyed the show.
I hope everybody enjoyed the show.
Sorry, Pam, for the vagina pork conversation. We just report the news. We don't make it. We just report it.
No paywall, no subscription.
Yeah, that's right.
Please do subscribe, though.
Yes. Well, that's it, everybody. That's it. We're done. I got to get to work. Skippy's got to, take a nap or something.
I got PT to do.
Oh, he's got PT to do. I feel bad for PT. Everybody have a great week. Those with trucks, sell. Those that are just here for us babbling around, thank you. We'll be back next Monday at 9:00.
Please let us know what your worst day in barbecue was. We'll read them live.
In barbecue or food truck?
Food trucking. Yes, please.
It's not a barbecue show, Skippy. Jeez.
I know it's not, damn it.
All right, everybody. Have a great week. We will talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.